Hello and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and I'm doing another one on NeoFly. Now this is NeoFly 2.5.3. It's had another update, I think, from the last one. It had an update for the trading, but I think it's another update. Right, couple of problems I have come across with this. First of all, I've had to start a new profile because I bought some cargo. It's more than the plane could take, but you can't split the cargo. So that was one problem. Second problem, I started a new profile, which I've done now. I've now started this profile London City Airport in London, and calculated out what I can take for a Cessna G1000 or Cessna 172 G1000 Skyhawk. I wouldn't buy more than 400 pounds in weight, because it basically, when you take up fuel and everything like that, that's not even full fuel. It will go over the weight and it won't work. So you've got this extra tab for trading. That's your position. You put that in first. Find out what's selling. Anything selling's got these bars. Anything you buy at that is this here, and that's their demand. That's what they're buying them for. Whatever they're selling, that's what they sell for. That's the quantity they've got. And as you decide, it selects them, gives you the cost, gives you the weight. Click buy, job done. Which is what I've done. I have there £250 of fish, which at Manston, where I'm going to fly to, so I'm London City to Manston, so I'm going to fly from here to here. They want fish. Now I bought it at 19, I think, so I'm making £5 per unit. A unit's 0.5. I've got £250 worth, I think, weight, which is 500 units. Unit weight is 0.5, so I've got 500 units because I've got £250, which is the maximum I had, because I only had 10,000 and that cost me 9,500. So I've got to fly that, and then I'm going to make an extra. I'm not going to make loads, but this is just to show that it can be done. Once you've found the market, you find where they're buying it, and they've got demand. They've got 939 demand. As long as somebody else doesn't go there and sell that amount before I get there, I should be able to sell my 250. So once you've found your market, you found it there, click fly to market, go to your fly screen, and on here it's got trade flight, and so it's Cessna Hawk G1000, connect to flight. So you need to make your flight in Microsoft Flight Sim. Now this is the other problem I come across. I bought this fish because I found there was a selling point for a runway that was up here just north of Ipswich. Now it shows it on NeoFly. You go to a little nav map and it shows it on there, and it shows it as an obsolete airport. It no longer exists. You put it in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and it doesn't come up because it is not an active runway. Now I'm lucky, Manston is not an active runway, but it is still registered as a runway. It's not been decommissioned, so that one is still showing. I tried quite a lot. There's a lot of airports up around this Norfolk area. I don't know if it's the same in any other country, but it just seems to be at the moment. I found this problem in the UK only on NeoFly. They've just picked up every runway that's ever been listed by the looks of it and given them a job. They've not weeded out ones that are no longer active and that won't be picked up by the game. So before you buy anything, if you find something you can buy in the airport you are, and you find an airport you want to fly to, check that they are available in the flight sim, because this was about my 8th runway I went to in the end. I tried about 5 or 6 around here. I think it was 5 here, and then I did 3 down around here, and Manston was the last one, and I only clicked on it because I know it's still registered as an airport. But I wanted a reasonable flight. I didn't want to just. But the problem is, if you go too close, no one seems to want it. You've got to go a reasonable distance. This is my next bet, was to go across to France and get here. Now on the trade, airports in, so on your markets you search that shows up in here are within 100-mile radius for me. You can make that as little or as big as you like. So other than that, generally it's all the same. So I've got it all set up in here. I go back into Microsoft Flight Sim. I've got my flight set up. So London City, I'm flying from gate 101, so I'll be cold and not started. So when I start up, it will load, and then I'm flying to Manston. So we're doing the normal. Let's click fly. Let's get that in there. So just a couple of little things that I've found. Now I didn't come across that, but then again, the other profile started in America, and I think there's a lot more runways that are still active because there's a lot of like farm runways because of the distance. In the UK, there's not that sort of thing. If an airfield is not being used, it normally gets decommissioned, and it's either just static land and open fields, or it ends up getting sold off and it ends up being built on, because we're quite small compared to every other country in the world. And they seem to want to build on any plot of land they can get their grubby little hands on and just chuck houses on it, but not build anything else. But that's something completely different. Don't need to go into that. But yeah, so I don't know whether it's the same with any other countries. I've only found the problem of it picking up runways that aren't in the game in the UK at the moment. So yeah, and like I say, the other one is about don't overbuy the weight quantity, because you can't split what you bought. You can't buy. I couldn't have bought like £500 worth in weight and split that down to 250 or 300 and leave some there. I don't know why they haven't implemented that. Perhaps that's the next thing. So London City Airport. This is the updated version. They're really skinny wheels on that, and that's got no wheels at all. Wow. Anyway, not so worried about the scenery as much. Let's click into here, and then we need to go to weights, and I need to put in 250. So there's no co-pilot, so I'm going to do 250. Actually, I'm going to do, I want it reasonably even, so I might do 50 in the front, 100, 100. So that's my weight done. So then I come back to here, go back to NeoFly, connect to flight.
Transporter from dispatch. Trading fly today. Purchased goods are coming for loading.
Right, there we go. So it's all there. I've put the correct amount. If you don't put the correct amount, where it's got trading goods, payload, this stays red. So mission brief, type trading goods, 49 requested, no requests. Mission status, starting there to it. So from there, I now can. I need to. Sorry about this. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
TOS system test. Okay.
Transporter. Loading goods.
There we go. And as soon as you start, like it does everything else, it'll do transporters like loading goods. So you can hear all the fish being loaded now. Yeah, and then we just do the flight as we normally would. So I need to connect to ground services. we should have enough fuel to do what we need to do. We will need to do a pushback so we can get to our runway.
Transporter from dispatch. All goods are loaded. Let's go to the next market.
Okay, so request pushback.
City ground, Mat 101 requesting pushback. Mat 101 pushback request accepted.
And we want to steer to the left, and that hopefully should take us right. Okay, what are you doing? Besides, it's doing a disco dance on the right. We're leaving to sort himself out. He might get there in the end. You never know. Hopefully, don't know. Take a quick drink while.
City ground, Mat 101 requesting pushback to steer the aircraft to the left. Mat 101, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Right, I've taken park and brake off, but I don't know whether just to try and I might have to just try and spin round. I am quite tight here. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Right, push.
City ground, Mat 101 requesting the end of pushback. Mat 101 request to end pushback received.
Oh, come on, turn. Oh, we got there. Right. Right, so let's get that on. Let's get ourselves to the runway.
City ground, Mat 101 ready to taxi departing straight out with Sierra. Mat 101 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway. Contact tower on 129.455 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Mat 101. London City Airport information Sierra 1400 Zulu. Wind 227 at 5. Visibility tree.
Right, so taxiing out as normal, all the normal sort of stuff. So we're getting down to the bottom of the runway. I think the good thing with that is we're actually going to have to take off and turn around and go the other way. Right, so I need to turn my heading bug on. Alright, so now I've got to remember which one is which for that. So heading bug is that one, that should be on. Or flight director anyway, sorry. So taxi up the actual runway itself by the looks of it. Nice turn around up there, the balance of it. So you go up the runway to pull off the runway to stop short. So I suppose it's there we go. So off here.
City Tower Mat 101 at runway 27 ready for takeoff, departing straight out.
Mat 101 cleared for takeoff, runway 27 departing straight out, approved.
Cool. Right, so that's good. Let's get that into 3. Wind. We want 3.
Mat 101 acknowledged. Last transmission.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27 Mat 101.
Right, so we are now going to get on our way. Way to Manston Airfield or Manston Airport. Right. rotate now because we have got a bit of weight, but
Transporter from dispatch. If you have fragile or perishable goods, watch your flight.
okay. Right, so we'll take that off. So we now want to autopilot. And then we want to go so we should be good now. That's going to follow round. Right, so all I've got to do now is set up our height. So go 3,000 feet, vertical speed. There we go. Excellent. So we should be doing. We're going to fly at 3,000 feet for a. Right, that should be coming around. I could run a flight plan, but I'm just going to do it on the. Actually, I wonder if. Is there a flight plan? Why is that just flying that way? Okay. So that's going to fly straight. Oh. For where we want to go. Okay. I don't understand why when I had that on heading bug that it didn't go because it was flying to the heading and not to the flight director. The flight director is the ping stuff. I got myself confused there. We're back on track, so zoom back a bit. Nice, look at that. The sunset. O2 Dome. There's London City Airport. The exhibition centre's here. That's the London Exhibition Centre. That's like the Shard. That's the ornaments. Just all just disappeared. Quite aptly named Manston Air on the plane livery. When you go to Manston Airport, not done on purpose. That was just me. It was the last paint job I had on it, and I haven't bothered changing it. So with that, let's just have a quick look at. So we're flying to Manston Airport. So let's go to here and we're flying to. Manston Airport. Find it. Probably not. Manston. Oh, there we go. GMH. set as destination. We'll do EGLC C as departure. Right, so we can actually fly as low as 1500 feet because it's purely flat. Okay, that's good to know. So let's jump back in here and no.
Mad 101, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
What's going on with my altitudes here?
Mad 101, please acknowledge.
I would do in a minute. I'm trying to do something else, love.
City Tower Mat
Shut up.
101 frequency change. Beacon approach Mat 101 is type Cessna Skyhawk 3 miles southwest of Echo
So
Golf
much
Mike
easier
Lima.
if you didn't have to.
Request flight following.
Mad 101, Beacon approach. Squawk 5021.
Well, that was really bad because I caught that and that just kept going and going and going and going and going and going and wouldn't stop. So now I'm gonna have to wind it all the way back. All I wanted was 1500 feet. Oh my life.
Mad 101, did you copy?
Squawk 5021 Mat 101.
Mad 101, radar contact 3 miles south of Echo Golf Mike Lima 2,300 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Copy Mat 101.
They want me to go up to 2-3, don't they?
Mad 101, contact south end approach on 130.78.
130.78 for Mat 101.
Right, so let's tune south end approach. Let's contact south end approach.
South end approach Mat 101 2,100 feet.
Mad 101, south end approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
Right, we're doing good. They weren't really too worried about what flight height we were at. The River Thames. Coming out the last bit of London. sort of flying over to Southend, coming over to the Isle of Grain. This is the Isle of Grain. Sheppey. So we've got just over 35 nautical miles. Actually, we need to. Just get that in green a little bit. We're all right there. Nice. Yeah. Plane, easy enough. What we do need to do is have a look at how we're coming into Maidstone. So if we're coming in 1-0, it's a straight in delivery. If we're coming in at 2-8, we got to spin round. Oh, there is an 05 and a 23 there. Yeah, so I don't know what one it'll brings in. I'd rather be on the tarmac one if possible. I didn't realise there was a grass one off to one side. We'll see how this gets on, and then hopefully they'll do a couple of updates on trading, as in being able to split loads, because if you've got a fair bit of money you could buy a big bulk of stuff. Alright, fair enough, you've got it should be at your own airport, but if you're flying from a different places, fair enough, you can only buy what you can hold in a plane. Perhaps that's what it was, because I wasn't at my home airport, I was at a different one. Didn't think about it, didn't try that. I might actually try that on another profile. Well, I might actually see if I can pull up some notes on the trade thing, see if it tells you. I couldn't find anything, but that was really just I was having a bit of a thing, and I got that sorted, and then I had trouble with this one not being able to find an airfield. So really, you're looking at, you want to try and find. That's if you're doing it in the UK, but you may find it in other countries. I don't know. I really don't know. It all depends on how thorough they've been. But for something that's free, and what they've done, I think they've done amazingly. Really good. Puts another level into the game. There are a couple of others out there. I'm not saying this is any better than theirs. I'm not saying it's any worse. Just, I did try FS Economy, and that's good. It's good for what it is. I think this one's, I don't know. There's sometimes the loading noises and that are a bit, I'm not over keen on. Some of them, like people, they're loading, clonk, 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 clonk. You're out on the runway, you wouldn't have that. They're not. It sounds like they're walking down a corridor. They're outside. They're not. And if you was in a big plane, you wouldn't have heard that anyway when you was in a cockpit. So if you could delete those noises out, that'd be brilliant. You just want, oh, it's being, maybe, I don't know, just confirmation. It's confirmation it's being loaded, or confirming your load is being loaded, and then confirmation at the end of when it's loaded, or let's say it's all in sort of thing. So anyway, so that's in the Isle of Grain. Around there, don't know what all of that is. Might be a power plant or something like that, or something along them lines. And this is Sheppey, Isle of Sheppey, really big place for caravan sites and stuff like that. And then you've got the two bridges, the old and the new. You can come in, and you've got sort of two places on the Isle of Sheppey. It's like the business area, storage for vehicles, and God knows what else. Loads of storage, just all sitting there right by the sea water. So you get nice and rusty and horrible. Golf course, Sheppey Golf Course. There is a shotgun club on there as well, somewhere. Fly over this and then back onto the mainland of North Kent. Flying over Thanet, so probably maybe just come in on sort of Faversham area, maybe as far as Sittingbourne. No, actually Sittingbourne will be down here. Sittingbourne will be as you come up to Sheppey over the bridges. Sittingbourne will be over there somewhere. So you might get Faversham, depends where it comes in. We might not. We might end up coming in over Whitstable, Herne Bay, maybe Sea Salter, and then we'll fly up the coast by the looks of it, to Manston just before we get to Margate. But if we're coming in from the other end, we may have to go past, swing round and come in from Margate. I don't know. We might see. I haven't heard anything from Southend. Southend have been very quiet at the moment. Manston have been on the list yet. Eastchurch, Stoke, Southend, Challock, Maypole, Rochester. No, so Rochester's originally close, but the biggest one is Southend is basically the main one. We'll wait for them to contact me. Might hand me off to somebody. And then we'll offload this and we'll see what difference we made. So I had 500 left, so I spent 9,500 on fish. I should make £10 for every one unit. I've got 250 units, so I should make 2,500. So when I'm finished, I should have 12,500 minus whatever fuel I get billed for. Excuse me. If my maths is correct. So that would be, I don't know, we're looking at half an hour flight or so, and I've made £2,500 minus fuel and a little bit of wear and tear on the plane. But the wear and tear on the plane you need to put across all your jobs you do from when you start to when you service. So if you do a service and it costs you £100, and you've done 10 jobs, it's a tenner per job. So that's not bad, I suppose. So
Matt 101, contact
There we go.
Manston approach on 129.45.
launch
Going
handoff,
to 129.45 Matt 101.
tune into Manston, contact Manston.
Manston approach Matt 101 2,100 feet.
Matt 101, Manston approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
Nice. 290.92. We're all good there. They're happy with our approach. So let's just have a look at this runway there. So I may even start. So yeah, I was right. Come off Sheppey, we're going to miss Whitstable, Seasalt, we're going to come in over top of Herne Bay and come straight in. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah. Okay. Happy with that. So as we're coming over land, so this will be Whitstable here. Lovely seaside village. Pink coast. There, Herne Bay's up here, sea salt is here, that's the fishing with sea salt. But yeah. Maybe drop my altitude down a little bit ready. Nice. So nice screenshots there. Setting sun in the winter afternoon at 4 o'clock, and that's just starting to drop down and away. Herne Bay. Just flying over now. Nice coastline there. That's the main M2A2 there, running all the way through. Now past the runway to this is Margate here. There's Broadstairs that side, but Margate is up here, I'm sure it is. Broadstairs and that. As you can tell, I know this area quite well. It's sort of my neck of the woods, southeast of England. So I decided to come back to this one because I thought I'd have a bit more luck. I like America and that's all, but I really need to start going other places. I need to go to do a bit in Australia, do some flying over Africa and that sort of thing. But that's why I was doing the bush trips. Need to finish that off as well. Got a couple more runs to do on that. So, right, let's see. Let's pull tower back up. So what we got? Sky condition, few clouds, 1,100 feet, few clouds at 4,000 feet, clouds 11.8, temperatures 20, dew point 10, altimeter 2992, wireless runway 27 in use. Right, landing, departing runway 27, direct to the light. So if that's right, I'm actually going to have to go past and come back in then. So I am going to drop to 18, vertical speed, and 200. Let's go to 18. Okay. Don't know whether you like the camera at the top there, or whether you want me sort of more to the side. Could. No, not that. Oh well. I saw that. I could always move my camera up here because it's a dead area there and I'm above this, but then when you go outside, I'm just sitting over top of this, see just in the sky. Anyway, I don't know why that's so white now. It's quite it's not right. Anyway, right. Yeah, City Grand Madam, ready to taxi to Portrait. Oh, right, okay. As the approach continue, plan altimeter 2992. Right, so I need to turn off my autopilot. That is all white there, but that's wrong. Is that failure to load? Is that a glitch? It's a glitch because it's almost as if they've tried to put snow on it. No, I'm going to have to do a go around, aren't I? Bit more power. I've got full flaps now, so. About 1,000 feet now. there's the runway. So let's keep that at about 1,000 feet. It does look as though they've tried to put snow down on the ground. That's just not loaded in right. It's put no textures in, has it? So let's it's only fish, so it's not mega. There we go, that's better. Right, coming in for the landing. We're a bit skew if at the moment. We'll straighten up before we get there. Aim for the runway. There we go. Sort of centre on. It's quite cool.
Transporter from dispatch. Go to the parking to unload goods.
Manston ground, Mat 101 taxi to parking.
Mat 101 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway cross runway 28 Delta Echo Golf.
Okay. Cool. Let's acknowledge that. If I can find me.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway cross runway 28 Delta Echo Golf, Mat 101.
There we go. Nice. We'll get this to the parking. And we will get this unloaded and see what we've made. Take flaps off. We don't need those. Wow. There's a big old bump there. I don't think that's there because Manston is dead flat and I know that for a fact. So there might be a glitch there in that as well. Cool.
Transporter, unloading goods, stand by.
Right. So that's unloading my goods. This is
Manston ground, Matt 101, could you please send a fuel truck?
Matt 101, a fuel truck is on the road.
Transporter from dispatch, all goods unloaded. You can sell them to the market.
cool. Right, so parking brake set, avionics off, engine idle 600, that's alright, magnetos to off, right, so that is now completed the flight. So now we go to NeoFly, and then we go trading, and then we go fish, and then so we clicked on the market, so that opens up the market at Manston. I bought them at that, and they're buying them at that, so I made 5. So if I do the whole lot, 12,000. Cool. Sell. Excellent. Minus the fuel, which looks like it was £6. I've just made myself £2,500. Nice. So we'll go to log. Flight plan, pilot. Yeah, so I've had to start again. So I've lost all of that. So hangar, finances. So bought 500 fish for 9,500. £6 for fuel. Sold 500 fish for 1,200, and that gives me that. So interest. So there's a lot there. Wow. So you can do finances, and I've not looked at that. That might be another thing to look at. So these are all what's available. Okay, anyway, that was our first trading mission, and we did well. We've made a profit. So now what we need to do is look at what's here at Manston. So we've got mechanical parts, we've got flowers, fruit, old wine, coffee, yeah. So you see that's gone down. There was 900 and odd, 989, and because I've just sold 250 there, now there's none. So from that, if you were looking at that, you could go to EGMD and have a look, see what they wanted down there. EGMD, so they want phones, they want, oh look, see they want fruit, 1,100 they're paying for fruit. Now if I go back to so what they're buying fruit at 11, and we're buying it at 9, so you could make 2. That's probably not on the big scheme of things. You might make a little bit on that, but you want to try and do something a little bit more worthwhile. So let's go EGKA. See what they're buying. Coffee, 17. So they're buying coffee for 17, and we can buy it for 14. So that makes you 3. So that's what you need to do. But the other, like I say, the other thing you'll need to do is just check whatever airfields you're looking at going to. Make sure they're in the game. So what one was that? EGKA. So let's go back to the game. Continue. So that. So EGK. It was EGKA, wasn't it? NeoFly. EGKA. So then if we go here and then we select to the, because it's where we want to go to, EGKA. So we know that is definitely in their showroom. So that will be your arrival, where you want to come, and you're flying from here. So zoom for details, and we know we parked up here somewhere in general parking, so we could go there, departure, and that would be your flight. From Manston. Yeah. So there we go. 44 minutes, 69 nautical miles. So you know that's good, but you're only going to make about £3 per load, or per what you buy. So you know you can buy. You can get probably about 300. I did 250 before because I'd run out of money. So it'd all be about money and what you could do. But you know the maximum weight you can have there is 400. So cost wise, so you could max them out. You could take their whole load. You know you still got 100 left if there was something else down there that they could buy. But anyway, that's that. It was just a quick one to show you about trading. I'm probably going to do a couple more just normal flights. I may even just run that trade flight. I may look for something else. So until next time, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped. Like I say, just keep an eye on the airfields. Some of the airfields in NeoFly, especially in the UK, or I've only found in the UK, don't come up in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep it in the sky, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.